Alright, ready? Gotta raise your hand for everything. Please don't call out. What is this? Cat?
No.
Ah! Suddenly, now as mature 6th graders. First of all, could it be a half?
Yes.
Alright, what else could it be? Yes, sir. You agree?
Yeah.
1 divided by 2?
Yeah.
So you guys got a little bit of a head start because you gave you something previous to this. Now, I got a little curveball here for you, but by the way, John is right. We're going to now learn that we're no longer going to use the division symbol for division. We're going to use what's called a division bar. What is, if you were to find the actual answer, what is 1 divided by 2? Cody. It happens to be 1 half. That's kind of why we're able to express halves using the division bar. Okay, what if I told you this? What is the quotient of 3 divided by 4? Come on. Exactly. 3.
One half is a short.
The quotient of 3 divided by 4. Don't overthink it. You got it, 3/4. Right? What about this? Is this 1 divided by 2? We'll get you the same answer. It's 2 divided by 1. What is 2 divided by 1? Which is what this is as an improper fraction.
What? This is tricky.
Okay?
What?
See how we're making that common core connection? Well, what about this then? 4 divided by 3. Come on, look at the pattern. Look at what we're doing. You can do this. 4 divided by 3. Dylan, back up. Okay, but change it into a mixed number.
Oh.
It will work every single time. Okay? That is in a nutshell, the gist of lesson 9. The only difference is if this is 1 divided by 2, how would you say this? How would you say it? Okay, please raise your hand. Eva? A divided by B. What's another way that you could say it? Jack? Using the idea of this being, you could do that, but this bar has to somehow represent that you know that it's division. What's another way to say a division expression? We did A divided by B. What's the other way that you could say it? Right, quotient of A and B. In either case, whether you go A divided by B or the quotient of A and B, the order in which you say it always is top to bottom. We're not going to reverse it like we do with subtraction either. Okay. All right. So that's and then it'll get a little bit more complicated than this, but that is really what 9 is all about. So here it comes. Okay. So I kind of it makes this. You can write 1 divided by 2 different ways. This one, if you start, is the most important way. This is the way we're going to use it exclusively throughout this line 4. But when you actually have to find the quotient using long division, which one of these two numbers, the 1 or the 2, which one's on the outside of the house? So, right, it kind of gets reversed when you have to actually figure out what the quotient is. Draw arrows connecting your 1 with your 1 and your 2 with your 2. Which one's the dividend and which one's the divisor? Most kids, at least I've found, most kids know this. Marcus, start with the 1. Dividend or divisor? You have a 50-50 shot.
Dividend.
Is he right?
Yeah.
Top is dividend, inside the house is dividend. So we're going to identify that. That's going to make the bottom part of my division and the outside of the house the divisor. then obviously when you get the answer, that's called
Quotient.
very nice. We also talked in the warm-up, is 1 divided by 2 the same as 2 divided by 1? Yes or no?
No.
Does the order matter?
Yes.
Zip through this pretty quickly. I'll give you guys time to practice writing division expressions algebraically. Order matters in what other operation besides division? Go ahead. No, it doesn't, bud. That's commutative. You can reverse 3 times 4, 4 times 3. Subtraction, it does matter. Let me get that.
God, that scared me.
No, I forget this.
Every single time. Every single time it scares me so bad. Because Hunter hates it.
Why is that serious?
He's gonna fly. The thing goes by. He's like, there'll be a ladybug.
So the bottom part of this just explains that we're going to be using that fraction bar exclusively throughout. Let's flip. We also can use it for this. How would you write the quotient of A and B? And again, we can do it 2 different ways. We start with the fraction bar. A over B. Who's outside the house? These are what, Hunt?
The boxer.
Nice. Okay, great. Quotient of and divided by is going to read the same way from top to bottom. So you could say this as the quotient of A and B, not A over B though, but A and B, or A divided by B. Either one's acceptable, and it's always top to bottom in the way that you read it. We're not going to reverse it. I'm going to give you a couple of these to practice with, then we'll go on to the algebraic ones, and then I'm going to set you free to work, okay? They want you to first write out the expression using the fraction bar and then evaluate it. And as you'll see as you progress through this, they get a little bit more complex, and I will allow you to use a calculator. And you're going to punch it into the calculator the same way that you read it, top to bottom. So if I do 12 divided by 4, 12 is first, divided by 4, calculator. But when you write it using the fraction bar, who's on the top, who's on the bottom?
12.
Sure?
Top.
Top to bottom, the same way you're reading the sentence left to right. Got it. 12 divided by 4. Now, if you were to read this actually as a fraction, you could say 12 fourths. When you evaluate it, and you were to change this, let's say, if it's an actual fraction, you change it back into a mixed number or a whole number. So what's 12 divided by 4? 3. It's the same thing if you change this into a mixed number or a whole number. The answer is 3, or the quotient is 3. One more to get it. Advance this up. 3 divided by 5. Tree, who's on the top?
3.
Bottom. Quotient. Keep it as a fraction. Let's make it simple. 3/5. And I'll tell you what, let's see if we can make a connection. 3/5 also happens to have been in your fraction family way back when. Change to a decimal. Because they're both acceptable. Felt. Yeah, happens to be 6/10 or 0.6. Right. If you'll do the rest of those exercises 3 to 10, let's go and skip and do a little bit of page 5. I'm going to skip around a little bit on this because I want to see if it's both. Okay, same thing. It's algebraic expressions using the division bar. A divided by 6. If I call on you, just tell me who's on the top. It's obvious what's the other one on the bottom. Jack. I ask you this? Can you get an answer right now? No, because you got at least one that's a variable. We don't have to do anything more with that. The top is A, but I'll make it a little bit more clear. Sorry. Okay, there's your A. I have to be careful with that. Okay, I want to skip down and do 14 because they do get progressively a little bit more difficult. But you're going to put it from top to bottom the way that you read it. 7 divided by the sum of 3 and A. Now, I will tell you this. I've given you a little bit of a hint in that the numbers or the expressions or the terms are in bold-faced print. So if you take a look at this first part, this 7's all by itself in bold-faced print. You just have to decide, is that top or bottom? Good, put it in. Now, look, every time you see the word divided by, that's my division bar. Now, I just look at, make believe this is all by itself, the sum of 3 and add. Right, we know it's sum, it's add, 3 plus A, and that goes where? To the bottom. I would put parentheses around it. The only thing that I have not taught you is that when you actually evaluate this using order of operations, it gets a little tricky. So we're not even going to worry about how to evaluate this yet if I give you a value for A. That's going to change a little bit as far as what gets done first. But if I put the parentheses here, then it automatically leads you to do this first. If I tell you now A is 4, what does your quotient become? If I tell you A is 4, what is our answer? Viv, it's 1, 7 divided by 7, right? What if I tell you that A is 10? Birds. 0.7. First of all, if I tell you A is 10, what does the bottom become? Okay. 7 over 13, which is 7 13ths. Leave it a fraction, 7 13ths. Okay? That's pretty much it.
What about
Advanced. I don't have the keys hanging up, but I'm curious when you're done with everything. I'm going to kind of keep a little score. I want to see how you do with this because it gets really it gets busy, man. But I'll let you work in groups with this. Okay? See how you do with it. They're kind of fun. All right,